Assalamu alaikum, guys. Faisal here, alongside my good buddy of mine.
Buds. Best buds?
I would say.
Fine.
Do you want to give your name?
Kaya. Yeah.
We're here with Kaya, and we shoot an episode every week of the podcast called Inner Circle, or for those of you who like abbreviations, the IC. And this week we decided, because we've done over 10 episodes now, that we'll put this episode out for public release, and so that's why you're seeing this. And so if you're a fan of this episode, it's normally we actually order in food, and we have a lot of food. Sometimes Kyra's here, we eat, we talk, we just have a little bit of a chin wag. And if you like more relaxed kind of discussions like that, as opposed to like interviews and stuff, then you can join us every week at freshlygrounded.com/inner circle, and that is where we are. But this week we're giving it to you for free.
Absolutely. So instead of eating food this time, we discussed food in depth at one point.
Yeah.
Biryani.
But hey, how about you guys eat food while you watch this, so
there
that
you go.
To make up for it?
Grab a biryani, put it on Inner Circle, and enjoy.
Yeah. Take care, guys. Enjoy. All right, we're on. So
move this bottle.
well, bro, you know. Let me actually. Can I get some water?
Go on in.
It's warm.
If you must.
It's warm. You know that.
That's all right.
Well, I just thought it was easier to bring this up than.
Warm us up in this cold room.
Yeah. Exactly. Do you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put myself a glass of water.
Yeah, thanks, man. Don't worry about me.
Yeah. Being your host, I deserve to have the water first. So I just woke up. My kids today decided to wake up at 5 a.m. Maybe like 5:15, but regardless, it was too early for me. And because I went to sleep late, I went to sleep at 12, or after 12. I actually went to sleep maybe, I would even say closer to 1 a.m.
That's very late for you, isn't it?
Yeah, very, very late. Yeah. And so...
Hit the town, did you?
Do you know what? I hit the sofa and I ordered a cookie dough with my missus. Yeah. And...
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, man. So... They were. I was like, bruv. So at 8:30, I went to sleep for an hour. But I actually checked my phone at one point to check the time when I was still awake, and it was 9 a.m. So I've slept 30 minutes max, and just jumped straight on a pod.
Fine. So how much?
That's what I do.
How much? Yeah.
Eat, sleep, pod, bro.
Yeah. Repeat.
Yeah.
How much sleep did you get there in total? Do you think?
This is a good exercise. I always like to do.
I do this every morning almost.
Yeah. Now you're talking my language. I think for maybe like 4.5, 5 hours, which is really bad.
Oh,
that's horrible.
That is low, isn't it? Even for me, that's quite a low one.
Yeah, it's really low.
I think I got. What? You laugh at me doing maths.
It's really hot.
Yeah,
it's not even
look, alhamdulillah.
It's not even warm coffee. You can tell.
H2O,
It's been out in the sun. It's really warm, isn't it?
It's nice. Alhamdulillah.
Apparently that's good for your throat.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
Which is weird. Yeah, sorry, bro. So as I turn the AC off...
I'm actually all right, you know. I'm actually all right. This water is warming me up.
What were we saying? So, yeah, 4.5 hours low, yeah.
Yeah, I think I got like 6 last night. I'm not having the good success of like waking up as early as I want, man. I'm still like stuck on 9 a.m. I'm still stuck on 9 a.m, man. I just can't... like this morning, today I put my alarm on for 8:20, but I snoozed till 9. And
that's normal to snooze.
I know. But
what time did you sleep? What time did you sleep last night?
Quite late last night. I fell asleep about 2.
Is that because you're working though?
Not even, to be honest.
That's bad,
yeah, just out of like procrastination, laziness kind of thing.
So should I give you some sleep tips?
Yeah, man, I need some.
I don't.
For context again, I'm going to be waking. I'm going to be waking up at like 6:30 a.m.
Why, bro?
Maybe even earlier from September, inshallah, because of my daughter's schooling.
Your dad.
Yeah, because I'm a dad, mashallah.
And you're dadding it.
Yeah. So, but the thing is, I could just wait for that and be forced into it. And when I'm forced into things, I just do it. Like whatever. I won't even think about it. But I want to win the battle.
Yeah,
before
win it.
It's a battle I need to win. I've won it many times in the past, and it's been easier than this. So I think my age is playing a role. But here we are, man.
How are you? 30?
I'm 30 in 3 days.
Really?
Inshallah. Yeah.
Wow.
Getting old, man.
August the
7th. Yeah.
Same day as Man United versus Brighton. What does that mean? I don't think I can think of August now.
Yeah.
Actually, my little sister's born that day actually as well. August the 7th, 2010.
Inshallah.
Yeah.
That's mad. People were born in 2010. That's mad. People were born. Like I look at my daughter's passport sometimes. I was like, wow, she was born In that year?
Yeah, it's weird in 2016, yeah.
Mad.
Yeah, man. Yeah, nursery will be fun and interesting. So, bro, let's talk about the sleep thing. I've just put on the fleece and actually it really feels nice. I was cold, but now I'm perfect. And also,
Okay. that's
yeah,
enjoy it.
Arrogant, yeah. But I haven't worn this fleece since London. It feels nice. Okay, so I was watching this this like video about sleep. I don't know if I told you about it already because I tend to speak to you about on the podcast about things that I would watched. But here's what was being said. Oh, this is a mixture of a couple of videos that I watched. One was by Will Ahmed, the guy who owns Whoop, because he like focuses on sleep, and then some guys like just some motivational guys and stuff like that. Right. So I'm gonna mix them up. Obviously, no coffee late, but you don't do that.
I don't actually know.
Yeah, you're quite good.
I mean, 5 p.m. is like cut off time, but that's probably too late to be honest.
5 p.m. is okay. Like the guy who owns Starbucks.
Yeah.
What was his name? CEO of Starbucks.
Oh, that's annoying. I don't remember. I know it, but I don't remember. I'm not going to remember it.
Yeah, as soon as someone say it, you'd get it. Anyway, he says his rule is that he has no coffee after 5. But he does have coffee after 5, but just decaf.
Yeah, I have decaf after 5.
So you're just following probably the most famous coffee person in the world.
Yeah, so I'm probably
fine. It's fine. Yeah. And Jerry something maybe? No, I don't know. So no coffee late, obviously. They say phone usage.
That's where I struggle.
Cause that's lighting up your brain, bro.
Yeah.
Are you using your phone in bed? With lights off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not Kevin Johnson. That's a new one. Howard Schultz.
Yeah. Jerry. Jerry for sure.
Easily mixed up.
Yeah, exactly. I knew it was like a Jewish name.
Yeah.
And Jerry's quite Jewish, right?
Well, that's the current CEO. So Howard Schultz stepped down, didn't he? No, he stepped down. I actually watched a documentary about him recently, maybe last week.
Howard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about Howard. Howard is the guy who has...
He built Starbucks, isn't it?
Yeah.
He scaled it. So he founded it, built it to a point, but then he stepped down as CEO.
Okay.
I think it was in like late 90s or 2000.
Okay.
And then Starbucks started going south. Like it started like losing bare money. They were shutting places down, and they rehired him. I think it was 2008 global like economic collapse.
No way.
Or economic downturn. Then they rehired him. They said, "Look, come back and save. Like we're dying." And he like smashed it. And now they're like bigger than ever.
Hold on. So he did. We're going off a tangent here, but he didn't actually found it. Have you listened to his episode of How I Built This? Phenomenal episode, bro.
No.
So these like it was one shop and founded by these people, and he was an employee of them.
Okay.
And then he had this idea of the third space, which obviously is now huge in all coffee shops. And he ended up taking it over, and then he built it from there. So he wasn't like the guy who came up with the idea or something, but he did come up with the idea of Starbucks as we know it.
Yeah, and he scaled it to a certain point. Yeah.
So essentially, he did found it. It was just a shop that sold coffee before.
Kind of like the McDonald's story is similar, isn't it? Founded by 2 random guys who no one cares about.
Yeah.
But someone else
Genius comes along.
Yeah. A real businessman came along.
Omar's really inspired by the guy who founded McDonald's.
It is an inspiring story to a point.
Yeah.
Have you seen what's it called?
Founder.
Yeah. Good movie, man. I thought it was going to be a rubbish movie.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of movies, but came across it once.
No, the founder is very interesting, and he's like drawing like the thing in the tennis court and stuff like that.
I don't remember that scene.
Like what he does is he starts drawing a bird's eye view map of how the McDonald's kitchen should look, and he draws it on a tennis court, and then he walks around the tennis court trying to, I suppose, like
optimize the workflow.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was a good thing. That's, okay. Yeah.
So, phone in bed or like generally late lights your brain up. And now I'm speaking hypocritically here because I obviously use my
it's
phone
good
as well.
advice.
Cold room. Is your room cold?
My aircon is currently on the blink, as they say in London. So what I've been doing, though, I'll tell you what, it surprised me at, mashallah, the fact that it's worked, yeah? Because right now it's Dubai heat. I think today is above 40 degrees. Let me just double check that.
I think you're going to say 41. What I already do.
Maybe. So it's 42 degrees. At night time, I don't think it goes below 30. Very, very hot.
Oh, is that 35, 38?
Yeah, easily. So
definitely doesn't go below 30.
Yeah. Recently,
are you crazy?
Give accurate information on this podcast.
Look at the fact checkers all over this.
Low 30. We need the Jamie.
You're not living in Iceland.
Yeah. So yeah, basically it's hot. Yeah, nighttime's hot. Yeah. My AC was not working. I'm thinking, mate, there's no way I can even sleep in this room. Like it's crazy. But what I've been doing is putting my AC downstairs in the living room, which is beneath my bedroom.
Oh, okay.
And that sort of like cooling it a little bit. It's not great,
Right.
but it's helping me to survive.
Bro science.
Yeah, and I leave my door open a little bit so it sort of circulates it inside.
Sure.
So it's not a cold room, but alhamdulillah, I'm not struggling to sleep in it.
Okay, so I do something kind of like that. So I have my door open and I have the AC on in the corridor outside, directly outside there.
Is that because you don't want it to blow directly on you?
It's because, yes, I find when the AC is on in the room, it's just too strong, it's too much. And I know you can turn AC down, but the lowest setting even is, and I feel like I'm too cold. Whereas if I keep the door open and the AC is on blast in the corridor, my room generally is a really perfect temperature. But downstairs would be very strange because your living room is nowhere near your bedroom.
It's above it.
So you're saying that I think it's going through the ceiling?
Look, science tells
okay.
Science tells us that heat rises as well. So I'm not really sure.
Fine.
But that's bad. Like, it should mean our room is going to get hotter. But I think what happens is it sort of goes up the stairs. Yeah.
Okay, so it's got legs.
Yeah, it goes up the stairs.
Fine.
It knocks on the door.
Yeah. Can I come in?
Hello.
Right.
And it comes in.
Okay.
But I think, what it is...
Do you have AC in your corridor?
No.
Okay.
Otherwise, that would be good. That'd be
a good solution, yeah.
But yeah, I think... Basically, bro, one AC in any house can pretty much cool the whole house down to a point.
Oh, really?
If you think about it. Like, if you were to put it will take a while, but let's say, for example, you just put one of the ACs on in the bedroom and turn everything else off. In about 3 hours, the whole house would be cool. Not
yeah,
cold,
you're right.
cool.
Because if I'm outside and it's like 40 degrees and then I'm out for a long time and I come home, even though there's no AC on, the house is so much cooler than outside.
Exactly.
And it's obviously we've had AC on throughout the days and stuff like that, and like we turn it off just before we leave, so it's still a cool house.
Exactly. And I told you when I come back from London, we hadn't had our AC on for a few weeks, and the house, like the walls and the floor, just felt hot. Like they'd been heated, they had been like baked in the sun basically, and the heat was like in the bricks almost kind of thing. Whereas if you have the AC on, the opposite is true. Like the bricks just cool, and it takes time for the sun to heat it back up again. So the house just stays cool. I think I don't know how they built it. Like it does seem to keep the cool in.
Yeah. No, I've noticed that,
Yeah.
Interesting. It's a shame about your AC though. What's the situation? Are you getting that fixed?
Basically,
I've got a similar situation with like my piping.
Yeah.
And I've not got it fixed. I've just left it like that for like a week or two.
So what does that mean, piping?
So in some of the bathrooms, that sounds so bad. I should because it's going to sound like I have a mansion that I live in.
In some of our bathrooms.
Yeah, some of my bathrooms.
Yeah.
In Dubai, the houses have loads of bathrooms, so you can get like a 2-bedroom flat and it will have 3 or 4 bathrooms. Yeah, so that's the norm. I should say that. So in some of the bathrooms, in one of the bathrooms, the bidet sprayer was leaking from the pipe area.
Bidet, yeah.
Bidet sprayer. Bidet.
I actually call it bum gun.
Yeah, that's what I normally call it as well. Yeah. I don't know why I was trying to be so posh.
You tried to be it. Well, you got the mansion. You had to come through with the bidet.
So it wasn't working. It was leaking, and then I called there's like a maintenance guy in the area or something, and he was looking and he was like, "Oh, you just need to buy a new spray and then install it,"
right.
Which is like £10, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I was like, "All right, cool. I'll sort that at some point. Order on Amazon." But then I went downstairs and the same thing was happening to the one downstairs, and I was thinking it can't be a coincidence that they're both happening at the same time. And so I'm thinking that there's a bit of an issue. So I'll probably need to call in someone properly to just have a look and see if... But the thing is, in the other bathroom, everything is fine. So I'm just kind of like putting off, how many bathrooms do we need?
Yeah. Since this is turning into like a DIY podcast, what it could be, there's a little tap on it.
Yeah.
That could be turned up too high and like the pressure's coming through a lot and just like it's leaking because of that. So if you turn it down...
Now I've turned all the taps off.
It's still happening?
Yeah, no, it's fine now. But if I turn them off on even slightly, it starts happening.
Fine, yeah. That's out of my pay grade, man.
But actually, let me try that. Now I'm questioning myself. I'll try it.
Try it. If it does work, I'll send you the invoice.
Yeah. All right, cool.
What else is new, bro?
So
you've hit like 4 months in Dubai now?
Yeah, August, because I was here we officially arrived on May the 5th. Yeah. Obviously, May the 5th be with you. And May, June, July, and now in August, we're in the 4th month.
Do you feel like you've settled?
A lot more, yes. As each week goes on, each month goes on, I feel a lot more settled. And however, I really do understand now that when people say like, you know, the first year, like you're just settling, like I was like, nah, like I'll be fine, bro. I don't think I'm gonna feel 100% settled for like a year.
Yeah.
There's just so many different elements, bro, of it. So yeah, I do feel more settled. Of course, it definitely feels like home. But I feel like until I'm in just a natural flow of things, like it's not even like something that you even second guess, like the fact that you're living here. Right. I think that's when it's like, cause I can tell, mashallah, that you're completely like settled.
Alhamdulillah, yeah, I am. I was going to ask you as well, does it feel like home yet?
It does feel like home, yeah. It felt like home for me the minute I landed, because I don't struggle like with accepting facts.
Same. Yeah. You're a logical man.
Yeah, this is home. Okay, it's home.
Yeah. I've moved a lot in my life, like house to house. Not like area to area, usually in the same area.
Okay.
But I think I've lived in like maybe even like 6 different houses in the last 15 years, which is quite a lot when you think about it.
There's a lot of bathrooms.
There's a lot of bathrooms, man. And I never really missed any of them. Even though the first one, I grew up there for the first 16 years of my life, I barely ever even thought about it.
Wow.
Yeah, which is kind of cold.
Cold, definitely
Very
cold, yeah.
Cold and calculated. Dark triad vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I just sometimes look back and think I probably should miss these sort of times of my life a bit more, and I just don't.
That's an interesting point, because I think to myself something similar sometimes. I think, am I living in the moment enough? Am I like enjoying this moment now? Because I know that in the future I'm going to look back and go, remember those times where we used to do the film in a circle, like at my house, and that was fun, wasn't it? Every week and then one day we're not going to be doing that for whatever reason. Maybe we've emigrated to another country, or you know, we don't know.
Yeah.
So are we enjoying now?
I like to think I do that. I'm questioning whether I even do that bit too much. Like I don't really look back like and appreciate, or look back and remember those memories. And I think like, I'm being a bit, I feel like a bit cold towards the past, where it's like there was nothing wrong with the memories I had in those places. Like I had a nice childhood, but I never just sort of sit back and think about my past. And I feel like females do that a lot more. I don't know if it's a male-female thing, but I'll like reminisce on like nice times, and do you remember when we were living there, and do you remember when we were here and that? And then I'll be like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are you like that?
Do I reminisce? Yeah, I guess I don't reminisce too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'm not that much of a
reminiscer.
But I'll tell you what though, bro. I think there's a negative element of it. I think one of the reasons I don't reminisce is because I'm always looking ahead, but not in a positive way. Always looking ahead in a way where it's like I'm almost like not satisfied with where I am, which is a very, very dangerous way to be, because those kind of thoughts make you forget the reason you're actually on this dunya. And it's only to prove that you're worthy of getting into Jannah. And everything else is a means. It's a vehicle. Yeah. So like the work that we do is a vehicle. The really and true, like we know, like the rizq we're gonna get is already waiting for us. And so when we focus, like me, bro, I focus so much on like, okay, I just need to get to this next step. And then what I realize is when I'm doing so much of that, it's like, well, that's always gonna be there's always gonna be a next step. Before you know it, 30 years have passed, and how many times did you, like, for example, memorize the Quran or read the Quran on a daily basis, and then you're like, oh, well, I guess I didn't, but I was just waiting till I got to this point, and then I'm like, all right, cool, now I'm at this point, I'm going to start getting a routine of memorizing Quran, and then you're dead. Yeah. So, because, bro, you never get to that point. And I realized that, I think now, in the last couple of days, even more so than ever, that you can't, whatever's going on in your life, something's always going to be going on in your life. Yeah. And when you sometimes you're going through stages and you have to be like, okay, I'm just in this phase right now, bro. Life is a phase, and death is real. We don't know when it's going to come, and this entire life is just distraction. The dunya is a distraction, and we can't forget our end goal.
Yeah, man, you're so right. And sometimes I just think to myself, I think I spoke to you about this like a few weeks ago, that sometimes I'll just sit and think like, there's going to be a moment in my life, in all our lives, not even a moment, like a good, I don't know, Allah knows best how long it's going to be, a few seconds or a few moments where you know you're going to die. It's like death is here now, whether it's a car accident, whatever it may be, that the fact that you know that feeling is definitely going to come at some point, and that event is going to happen at some point. And it could be today, it could be in 20 years, Allah knows best. That should be enough to sort of sober you up to do what you're saying, which is prioritize what's important, you know. And yet we forget about it. Like even after I have those feelings, 10 minutes later, it's like forgotten. It's
like we live life 80% or 90% dunya and work, and 10-20% okay, I got to build my akhirah. But it should be like the other way around completely, man. And also, you know, like even work and stuff. It should, like I said, you know, like we did when we did the episode of Jibba with Jabba, and he said, you know, I don't like when people say, what do you do? Because if you say, okay, I'm a cloud-based engineer, that's just your job. It's not what you do. And even our jobs, bro, our jobs should be like so low on the priority list of how we define ourselves that it should literally be a vehicle. Like whatever job you have, it's a qadr that Allah has given. That's Allah's qadr, right? But that is like a means for you, a vehicle for you to house yourself, to feed your family and stuff, so that you can continue to live, so that you can continue to worship Allah.
Yeah.
And you accept whatever the qadr is and you keep it moving like that. And, you know, I don't think I do that.
Yeah. I think we all struggle with that, man.
Yeah.
And on that topic of just like 90% dunya or 8% dunya, whatever you said, and 20% akhirah, we need to be in a stage, and again, this advice to myself, first and foremost, in a mode where even at 80%, it's got the layer of akhirah over it. I.e., with a car, for example, your car is pure. When you think about it, you think a car is just pure dunya. It's just like it's a car, but you could definitely use that to benefit your akhirah. When it breaks down, what's your reaction? Have you sabr with that, or are you like going crazy? Are you using it to do good deeds? Are you using it to, you know, help people out where you can? That kind of stuff. And it's the same with a job as well. How is your job giving you halal risk? Is it a halal form of income or not? You can optimize that. So even the places where you think it's just pure dunya, you can optimize that or use that for your benefit. And if you're not, then almost certainly it's going to be like your downfall.
Yeah, I agree. And don't you think that we should always level up though, like as well? Like, let's say, for example, when like a few years ago, let's say, for example, you're 25, right? And you're like, you know what? I need to get a job so that it's like you're just saying, halal, and it's benefiting myself, my akhirah as well. And then when you're like 28, you're like, you know what? I actually need to level up now, because that's the standard for me now, is that my job is halal and that it benefits me in the akhirah. Let me actually now actively not just make sure that I have a halal job, but like make sure that I'm serving Allah through I don't want to say serving Allah through my job, because I suppose what I mean is like, okay, the standard was that I have a halal job. Now the standard should be like, with the rizq for my job, I also, for example, give more in charity or something. The point is that you're constantly setting the bar higher and higher for your akhirah. That's what I mean.
Yeah, man, for sure. And it should sort of permeate into every area of your life, innit? We're saying car and job, but there's so many, like, how do you deal with your relative? How do you deal with like strangers, like the delivery guy coming to you? How can you optimize all these little things so that for the sake of Allah, you're trying to be the best you can in every single little moment? Which otherwise you just be, it's just dunya. A lot of people think maybe the deen is just like when you go to the masjid or when you're praying or when you're fasting, but it's in every interaction you have and every sort of thing that you're dealing with, whatever that may be, personal, professional. And if you can optimize that in that way, then it becomes like almost everything is for your akhirah. Do you know what I mean? Like you can optimize that. It's from Allah's mercy that we can sort of get good deeds from the way we deal with a stranger or the way we talk to our relatives or wives or whatever. So yeah, again, advice to myself, man, to be honest, because these are the things that I fall short on.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's been a good episode.
Alhamdulillah.
I actually think I might release this episode publicly.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking
that good, yeah.
Well, I think the thing that makes Inner Circle, which we haven't done in a few weeks, is when we order in food and like.
Yeah, we ain't done that for a few weeks, have we?
So I wanted to wait for an episode like that so people really understand the vibe of Inner Circle, but we have hit like 10 We've gone over 10 episodes now, so it's a nice time to release one publicly.
Yeah.
So guys, if you're watching this publicly and you're not a member of Inner Circle, just imagine that we have a nice takeaway in front of us on the table and we were munching that while we were having this chat.
That would have been nice.
It would have, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, join us for the Inner Circle.
Yeah, like, you know, maybe every now and again we might release one, you know, for general release, but generally speaking, we're here every week at freshlygrounded.com/inner circle.
Absolutely, we are.
Take care, guys. Thank you, Kaya, for joining me once again. Hold on, it was only 24 minutes. We said we'd do half an hour.
Yeah, I'm
you got 5 minutes in you?
Go on then.
Yeah.
with no food or I've got a drink on there. With no food in front of me, it'll be a struggle. But
yeah, exactly.
We'll figure it out.
No, we do need to get better at that because, do you know what okay, shall we do this, bro?
Yeah.
Remember that dessert that we've been seeing on TikTok?
Oh, wow.
And you have to pre-order it.
That's a big thing.
And then they deliver it to you the next day. No, we can't. Yeah, we can't.
Bro, I'm on it. They look at my like. I'm actually on that.
No, but do you know what? That's such a big event that it has to be done.
Maybe we'll do that for like. It would have been nice for the 10th episode, I suppose.
I was gonna say like for when we're watching the World Cup match or something.
Okay, yeah, we could do that. Oh, we should do like a. Should we do that? I don't know if we should do like a World Cup episode, like the first.
Watch along.
Yeah, we could do.
No, I meant like off camera, just like literally just order that tiramisu
right,
cake.
Yeah, forget these guys.
Okay, just you and me eating a tiramisu cake.
Just throwing it in a circle to the side.
Let's do an order though next week properly.
Yeah.
Regardless of what it is.
What do you fancy?
Well, let's try something that we haven't tried before. So like how yesterday I had the chunky cookie.
Yeah.
And then I know now not to get it again.
Yeah.
So we should do something like that.
Yeah. We've been talking about sushi a lot, but I just don't want to order. I mean, I really fancy sushi, but I've never ordered sushi. Have you ordered sushi? I get scared of that.
All the time. You've never ordered sushi?
Bro, it's like,
so what, you only go to sushi
like,
restaurants?
Yeah, it's like almost like raw. Like sometimes it's like raw. It's like, oh, it's coming in the guy's delivery box. It's like, oh, mate, is that getting like a bit
Nah,
mad,
but
bit
here
funky
it's delivered in 10 minutes, bro.
Yeah, but it's sushi, man.
Oh, bro, I order sushi. I order sushi more often than I go to sushi.
All right, yeah, let's get sushi next time then.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
All right, I'm never going to say
That'll be the
that.
first time I have sushi outside of other than Tesco sushis, like the Asda sushis.
The sushi that I order from here more often is from a place called Sushi Dough.
Okay, I think
Have you heard of that?
I
think it's in Motor
had
City,
it,
so it's like quite close. It's like reasonably priced, yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Fine. Let's do that.
Fine, let's do that. Next week, guys, if you're interested, you can watch us eat sushi.
Yeah, and I like it because it's like a finger food rather than like we've had like.
Yeah, like while I'm having a chat, you can take a bite while you have a chat.
I can sneak a little salmon nigiri.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I said that. Yeah.
I don't know how you say it. Right?
I think that's how you say it. I used to be a little bit of a sushi connoisseur, but
really?
I've forgotten like what everything even is.
You moved on to coffees now.
Yeah, I'm more of a coffee guy now.
You know what? Coffee culture is so great. Sushi culture is so great. And people who tend to be into food and culture, they tend to love a bit of sushi, go out sushi, they tend to love a bit of coffee. Interesting how the two have never been mixed in a business concept. Even though they don't go well together at all.
Introducing Sushi Coffee.
Yeah, sushi.
Yeah.
I wanted to try kushi.
Yeah. That's interesting, isn't it?
No, but I suppose in terms of the culture thing, I mean.
Yeah.
Like where you get a platter of sushi and then you get a coffee. It's just basically a sushi restaurant that sells coffee, which probably there's loads of, isn't there?
But no, there isn't actually. There isn't, because I don't think the Japanese really do coffee like that, do they? I've never really seen
what's Japanese coffee like? Because you got Turkish coffee, you got Arab coffee, you got.
I don't think they do.
American
they
coffee.
love their teas, don't they? Matcha
Really?
tea.
Yeah.
Which I like. I like teas.
Do you like matcha?
I don't like it, but it's a lot of health benefits to it.
Really?
And I went through a phase where I bought like matcha. I bought like 3 tubs of it.
Oh, I could tell your face is glowing.
Yeah. Barely even touched
So
it.
that's where the glow.
It actually expired before I even had
Really?
any, like a lot of it.
I do that sometimes. Like I'll like something once, and I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna order a batch, and then it, like you realize, like you know the chicken salad in Spinneys.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Yeah, have you had that?
Oh no, not the one you said. The one we went to Spinneys last time. You pointed out.
Yeah,
I never
what
had that
one have you had?
I make a salad up. So I'll go. I'll have because I have the chicken like in mayo type thing.
Yeah.
And then I have like a bit of like the kale salad and this and that. So I mix it.
Okay.
But spinny salads in general are just sick.
So I had that like once, and I was like, oh, that's nice. I had it again, and then I think I had it again.
Yeah.
And then yesterday after because the problem is right next to the mosque, so you're like leaving the mosque, you're like,
that's not a problem.
Yeah, I know, but then you don't get too much, and it's like it's a lot cheaper than going to a restaurant because
yeah, it is.
I got an entire bowl of food full food. It would have lasted me 3 meals, but because it was in one bowl, I ended up eating it in one meal.
Yeah.
And I paid 20 dirhams, bro. So like a $5.
It's less than that.
So I could have actually paid £2. I've gone there and got a meal for £2.40, £2.30. Anyway, so and it's a freshly cooked meal, like, and
it really
it's very it's very fresh. Anyway, so but then anyway, now I can't have that because I've had it so much.
Again, you and me are similar, man. I've had biryani 3 nights in a row now.
Why? Yeah, I talked to you about that actually. You know, yesterday we were having a chat last night, and actually it didn't really process to me that you were ordering biryani at 10 o'clock at night. But now I'm thinking about it.
What's the problem?
What was that about?
You got an issue with that?
Kind of.
What's up?
And now you're wondering why you couldn't sleep yesterday.
I fell asleep at 2 a.m. I don't know why.
Yeah, 10 p.m. What did you cry? I was like, well, I mean, as usual, I ordered my biryani at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
I think I see the problem.
I'll tell you why. That's not usual. I usually order earlier than that. But I had 3 meetings yesterday, with the final one finishing at like 10 p.m. So it was 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and 9:30 were my 3 meetings. So before that, I'm trying to prepare for those meetings, so I can't really eat like between 7 and 8.
So you're hungry as well.
So it's either eat at like 7 or eat at 10. So I chose 10. But my point is, biryani 3 nights in a row, and if you ask me if I'm going to go for the 4th, answer's probably yes.
Wait, tonight? You reckon?
Probably.
No way. So have you been ordering from the same place?
No. I'm trying.
Different biryanis.
Because where my office is, bro.
Biryani Central.
Deliveroo and Talabat, where my office is, when it's come, it is mad.
Is it?
Crazy, bro.
Don't say that.
There's so much there.
Yeah.
Because I'm sort of like in between. I'm basically in downtown, so I've got the Jumeirah ones over there, downtown ones, City Walk ones, and brilliantly I've got all the Bur Dubai ones, which is like old, going towards Old City.
Yeah, Dira, kind of like biryanis.
So like the biryanis, the Pakistani food, Indian food.
You can go like your stomach could. Like you could go wrong with the biryani. Like how are you vetting this?
Alhamdulillah.
Allahumma barik.
Allahumma barik. I haven't had any issues. I'm pretty sure I've had a lot of biryanis in my time in Dubai. Yeah.
You know, I don't like a biryani.
Shut this whole thing off.
I'm Pakistani. Bro? I know.
When was the last time you had one? Because we need to fix that.
But I haven't had a biryani in maybe like probably 6 months, maybe longer.
Okay, it's not. I thought you did like 6 years.
No. But I'm Pakistani, bro.
Yeah.
But I'm saying 6 months as a guess. It could have been a year. I don't eat biryani.
Why don't you like them?
I don't. Okay, so I don't not like it, but like if there's like a table full of food, which tends to be the case when there's biryani available, like maybe like you're at a gathering or something.
Fine.
When there's a table full of food, I'll probably go for like a curry with naan bread.
Yeah,
as opposed to I'm just not a ricey guy.
Okay, I like rice. That said, you need to go to these places that specialize in biryani because they're like, it's not like, it's one of the things we do. Oh, it is, but they specialize in it.
They're like, we are biryani. So have you been ordering from like Ijaza and that kind of place? Or like a bit
not Ijaza, no. Fine. But it's not too simple.
Would you order biryani from Ijaza?
I haven't yet. But okay. I may try it. But what I'm doing is I'm going online and I'm figuring out who's like best rated. Sure. And I found like the top 5. And I'm just going through those 5.
Fine. So you've had a different biryani every night?
For the last 3 nights, I think, yeah.
And
it's got progressively better.
Really?
Yeah.
And have they all been chicken or like chicken lamb?
I got one. So I got one last week that was mutton.
Okay.
And everyone keeps saying the mutton's the best. I'm a big chicken guy. I do like mutton. That was good. The last 3 nights have been chicken, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. And the last one, I'll shout them out. Pagliari. Yeah.
That was the one you had last night.
Yes.
And it's great biryani.
It was very good.
And do they give you yogurt with it?
Yes. I had to order that. It was like 20p.
Okay. So you have yogurt with your biryani?
Yeah. And the biryani was 19 dirham for like a nice big portion, which is, again, like just under £4.
Just for people watching who haven't watched Inner Circle before, Kaya is Turkish Cypriot.
Yeah.
He's not Pakistani anyway.
No, yeah.
He's not Asian. He's not Indian.
I am, innit?
Yeah, he's like... I should be speaking about the biryani, how passionately he is. That's interesting. I saw someone Ijaza sell prawn biryani the other day.
See, this is when it comes to seafood and stuff. Yeah, I just
should the biryani be prawn?
I've never had a prawn biryani.
Yeah, same.
And a prawn biryani from, I'm not going to disrespect Ijaza. Ijaza are sick.
It's amazing.
But delivery and stuff, I feel a bit nervous with like delivery seafood and stuff, man. So
okay, fine. So
I'll stick to chicken.
So what, just because I do want to end the podcast.
All right, fine.
But I do want to really know, like, what is it about biryani that really tickles your pickle?
I like rice. The good ones are spicy.
Oh, so you like spice?
I like spice.
You like rice and spice?
I rice spice. The chicken is usually a good quality, which I enjoy.
And it's diced. Rice, spice, and chicken diced.
Diced chicken. It's not even diced. They have it on the bone and stuff in the biryani.
Oh, of course.
That's a good biryani. If it's on the bone, it's good.
Yeah, you're right, actually.
And also, what I like, there's like, I don't know what the differences are. I'm trying to figure out these differences. There's Sindhi biryani. There's Hyderabadi biryani. There's like all sorts of different types.
Okay.
Right. So one I had day before, that was also pretty good. It had like apricot in it.
Oh.
Apricot or plum or something.
That's interesting.
But it was nice.
Really?
It had like the seeds in it. I'm not sure what they were doing with that. Could have died if I ate if I choked on that. But it was giving off flavour. Which I enjoyed.
Yeah, that's normal in biryani. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's putting biryani for smell.
Fine. Yeah. It makes sense.
For the aroma of
But usually I'm seeing like cardamom, clove, cinnamon. But these guys threw in like apricot stuff.
Okay.
So I just like the whole like vibe, man. The whole spices, and they're using different stuff, and I think it's really nice and filling. I feel like it's comforting food. I like to be comforted by my food.
Yeah. Massaged. Yeah. Fine.
Yeah, man.
Nice.
I think biryani is just like a good, nice meal.
Yeah.
And it's very cost effective. Again, where I am, I'm getting tempted by like 70, 80 dirham meals, bro. And that's not that bad. Like, that's what? 15, 16 pounds?
No, that's expensive.
It is expensive, isn't it?
If you're back in a 15, 20 pound meal every day.
Exactly. So I'm thinking...
When you have the option in Dubai to get £5, £6 meals.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that attracts me, just like, if I'm going to be getting dinner out, and it's to be a regular thing, I need to make sure it's like I'm being responsible with that.
Yeah, I was staying in... near Dubai Design District when I first came here. Remember that flat?
Yeah, yes.
And bro, that because it was like near downtown. Yeah, all the stuff in Dubai Mall would deliver. So it was just like endless amount. It was like over 1,000 restaurants that I could deliver from.
Easily,
there.
I'm sure. And there was stuff that I didn't even expect to be on there, man. Like Texas to Brazil, which is like that Brazilian place where they come and like cut the meat.
How do they price that?
They just like they make it into some sort of meal basically, but it was not cheap.
Oh yeah, Brazilian food's not cheap, bro.
Yeah.
I've only been to Brazilian once,
but their food is very good.
I can say I've never been to a Brazilian restaurant that's been cheap.
Yeah, it's the service, isn't it? They come to you and they cut it in front of you. You're paying for that a little bit. You're paying for the atmosphere.
Yeah, the problem. Yeah, I won't go into it. Well, okay, fine. The problem with me is that I don't eat large. I just eat frequently. And so with a Brazilian restaurant or a classic Brazilian restaurant, it's like they bring the food regularly. So you're paying for like an unlimited amount of food.
Yeah.
But for someone like me who doesn't eat an unlimited amount of food, it would be way more cost effective for me to just get my own meal for cheap than like pay, because you kind of don't pay per with the restaurant we went to, you don't pay per food, you pay per person.
Exactly, yeah.
So like, all right, we're going to go for 2 people. And it's like, all right, cool, how much food do you want? And so if you're a type of person who can eat a lot, it's really worth it financially. If you're the type of person that you're going to get full very quickly, like me, it's kind of like...
It's also not good, like, again, Islamically, because you end up like eating way too much.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you end up filling your stomach and then some, which is not good. And it's very difficult to sort of feel like you got your money's worth as well, because it's like, again, you do get full quite quickly. They got a good salad bar there. And it's like, whoa, I'm kind of filled up on the salad. And then like the meat is coming thick and fast. And by like the 4th serving of meat, you're just done. So it's a nice experience, but I try to limit it to just like every now and again.
Yeah.
But we're gonna try and biryani, you and me. We need to go for biryani.
Mate, I'm fine. I'm not.
No, Faisal, we're gonna go for a nice biryani, and you're gonna enjoy it.
Let's go. Okay. I mean, we don't have to go soon though. We can go for something else soon.
Fine. But we will do it, and I want to try and change your mind, because
I don't hate biryani. I
want to stop you despising biryani.
I don't despise it at all. I love my country and my countrymen. I just
what does Pakistan Zindabad mean?
It means Zindabad. I think means live long.
Fine. Prosper.
Long prosper. I don't know.
Fine.
Yeah.
Pakistan Zindabad. All right.
If you want to ask me any other Pakistan related questions, feel free. Careful now.
Yeah, hold on.
Careful. Oh my God. We'll end the podcast there. Thank you guys so much for watching this week's episode of Inner Circle. Take care.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.